Well, I didn't expect to be recording a video today, but as you know, the NBA world is constantly changing and Woj and Shams be dropping bombs. So before we get into everything today, welcome back everybody. It's your boy Andrew and welcome back to Sports, but casually. So for those of you who didn't know, the NBA set itself on fire again today. Basically, it's just a bunch of trades went down. So we all kind of knew that James Harden could have gotten moved, but we just didn't know where. It seemed more like it would be to the 76ers for Ben Simmons and some things. But apparently, no. After some comments yesterday from both Harden and his teammates, around, I want to say, at least from my time down here, around like 5 o'clock, he got moved. He got traded to the Brooklyn Nets for like 8 first-round picks. There were more things to get into. So originally, I just thought it was the Nets and Rockets in this trade, but it was a 3-team trade, and which evolved to almost a 4-team trade because the Nets sent Caris LeVert to the Rockets, and then like a minute later, the Rockets were just like called up the Pacers like, "Yo, bro, you want Caris LeVert for Victor Oladipo?" And the Pacers like, "Yeah, bro, send him." So LeVert, Rockets, Pacers, all in the span of 5 minutes. And then for some strange reason, the Cavs were in the middle of all of this. I think they were like, "Yo, give me Jared Allen." And then the Nets were like, "Okay, we're clearing the entire bench." And I had to write everything down on a piece of paper because I record on my phone, so I can't check Woj's tweet. So basically, to give you all a summary, the Rockets get Victor Oladipo from the Pacers, Dante Exum from the Cavs, Ronnie Kukoc, he was on the Nets, I think. Can't remember. 3 first-round picks from the Nets, I believe all unprotected. 1 Milwaukee first-round pick that was from the Cavs, and 4 Nets first-round pick swaps. So total 8 first-round picks the Houston Rockets are getting. 4 unprotected ones, and 4 pick swaps. The Nets get, of course, James Harden. The Pacers get Caris LeVert and a second rounder. And Cavs get Jared Allen and Taurean Prince. So basically, okay. Don't need that anymore. So what does this mean for the Nets? Well, I believe on paper at least, the big 3 of KD, Harden, and Kyrie Irving, if he decides he wants to come back and play basketball, I don't care. It's going to be insane, but the main problem, I think, not only me, but I think the entire NBA fan base wants to know, how do you get the ball, one ball, between all 3 of these ball-dominant players? There's going to be nights where, let's say, Harden gets more shots than the other 2, or Kevin Durant, or Kyrie, and how do you keep and manage all those egos and keep them in check in order to build the team? I think because the Nets had good depth and the 2-star players with before making this trade, and now getting James Harden. Of course, James Harden is better than all the players on their bench, but I think these big 3 have to work because I don't even know who's on their bench at this point. Dinwiddie's down, LeVert and Allen's gone, and you have DeAndre Jordan starting center. But if the Nets can somehow keep all 3 of these guys' egos in check, then it's safe to say they could win the championship next year. I mean, who's going to stop them? Who is going to be like, "Oh yeah, I have Harden locked up," but he still have Kyrie and KD. Or, "Yeah, I have KD locked up." Or by some miracle, you have 2 of them on an off shooting night. You still have a 3rd one that's just primed to go off. And yeah, maybe they could be a liability on the defensive side because, I don't think, especially now they're going to be great on the defensive side, but I think I'm really stammering, like, who's going to stop them? Or who could keep on pace and be like, "Yo, you scoring, I'm scoring, and we're going to do that full 48 minutes. I don't know. But it all depends on the egos, and it all depends how well they could share the ball. As for the Rockets, okay, maybe this wasn't the best. I originally thought they were going to do for a player like, okay, Ben Simmons. I thought that would have been a nice pickup for them if they could have gotten Harden to the 76ers. But I think they're just going to go like how OKC went. Just get a crap ton of first-round picks and be like, all right, we're good from here. And, they still have John Wall and Christian Wood and DeMarcus Cousins. And also, I actually liked picking up Victor Oladipo instead of Karis LeVert, especially for the Pacers mobile. I'll get to them in a second. So we're getting Victor Oladipo, who's on the last year of his contract. I think if he returns to form like he was a few seasons ago, because he's been struggling with injuries, and to start, he has been playing almost up to his original form. And if he gets to that form, he'll be better than what Karis LeVert is. However, if he doesn't reach that form or he gets injured again, I don't think it's any love lost with the Rockets. He's an expiring contract and they don't have to pay him, and then he could go out for the free agent. The Pacers now, as I said, kind of with the Rockets, you get off of, because Oladipo said he wanted out of Indiana, and getting Karis LeVert, who is younger and at least right now, 75, between 75 to 85% of what prime Victor Oladipo is, and putting him against with Brogdon. Think my friend called me and he was telling me Pacers starting five. So yeah, Brogdon running point. I say Karis LeVert running the two, TJ Warren at small forward when he returns, and Sabonis and Turner at the five. So those two don't work out well, but this is a great starting five, and coming from a team that I thought they would be playing contention, and I think they're at least top 5 in the East, at least right now. So yeah, it's a big move. Wow. And if the Nets figure things out, they'll be I wouldn't say a dynasty, but they would be champions, at least in the next coming, because I think Harden has a player option in not next season, the season after. So they would at least be champions within the next few seasons. I don't have all the information. We don't know how this is going to work, because I don't think they're going to play next game, because I assume they travel to the different cities and you'll have to be tested again, and probably do your due diligence and maybe quarantine them for a week or something. So it could be to a point where we don't see these players for at least another week or 2 weeks max. So we might have to wait a while to see how they actually fit and how it actually works. And we don't even know when Kyrie Irving's coming back from personal reasons. So we don't even know how the Nets are gonna look. But yeah, this is pretty crazy, guys. But that's why we love NBA. That's why we love the NBA, right? So thank you all for watching. I will leave a link to my Week 3 NBA review that I posted yesterday. And I'll leave that and the link to the 2 different playlists in the description below. Thanks for all for watching. Sorry for coming out of the blue. I didn't think I'll see you all until next week, but you know how it is. Enjoy your night. Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.